What's up guys, it's Jam1 from Jam1TCG coming at you guys with another totally awesome video, and today I think it is about that time.
It's time for Yugioh Memories. Is it nostalgic? Is it kind of relatable? Or maybe something you've experienced?
That's right guys, it is the series where we share our personal Yu-Gi-Oh stories that have impacted our lives in some type of way. That can be the anime or card game itself, and we are starting right now. Alright guys, so in this Yu-Gi-Oh Memory story, we're going to be talking about how I became the coolest kid in the playground, in the school, with Yu-Gi-Oh! But before we get started, make sure you hop on the subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any totally awesome uploads. Yeah. And also, did you know that if you go to the description box below, there are some totally awesome things and content for you to consume? Alright guys, so let me take you back to a time long ago where, like, in my school, like elementary school and middle school, Yu-Gi-Oh was popping. Like I said, I'm a 90s kid. This is when it was first in the States, and everybody is just like, oh my gosh, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Everybody's watching the anime. Everybody is just like playing, sneaking their cards to school, like bringing their little deck boxes to school and like putting it in their lunch box and stuff. So like the principals didn't see that you had your Yu-Gi-Oh cards because, you know, you're not allowed to bring like toys and games and all that type of stuff to school. But like everybody did it. Like, come on now, you know you did it too. If that was a rule in your school, you knew that you were the one sneaking your cards and stuff so you can play with your friends, because there wasn't always a time, at least in my neighborhood, where Bobby, your friend, could just come over and just play the game with you. Like, it was just basically like, look, I have a close friends, but like I only see them in school because my parents are weird, or like their parents are weird, or like times and they're working, whatever. So it was just like the only time you could play was to be bringing your stuff to school. So this was when the anime was getting so popular. Battle City was out, and like the Egyptian god cards were everything. Like the quest for the god cards were just like so like amazing. And it's just like they had these Yu-Gi-Oh magazines, right? Like that you could find in like grocery stores. And like I had the most brilliant idea ever. I decided that in order to become the most powerful duelist in the entire school, the only way to do that was to obtain the power of the Egyptian god cards. This is TCG, so the Egyptian god cards were not like in like the TCG. We have playable versions now, but back then they only had the collector's versions that were like the original colors that you see in the anime. Those colors and those cards that we saw in the anime just like that, however, they didn't come to the States for a while, and then when they finally did, like they were like this exclusive collector's edition thing or whatever. But you know guys, you guys are known, like you're always looking up to like what's the next set, what's coming out. This magazine had like this set that was coming out that was gonna have them in it, and it had them displayed inside of the magazine. You probably see where this is going. So clever young Jam decided that I'm going to counterfeit the Egyptian god cards. This was funny because like in the anime they counterfeited the Egyptian god cards and it didn't go so well for them either. But yeah, so I decided to buy the magazine. Like I begged my mom to buy the magazine for me, and then I basically decided that I would cut out each of the 3 god cards, and then like I would take a Yu-Gi-Oh card, a real Yu-Gi-Oh card, and guess what I did? I took the front of the cutouts and I pasted them onto the actual Yu-Gi-Oh card. Now, because of this basically meant that like it would feel like the real card, but there was really just a proxy, to be honest with you guys. So proxy being cards that you just like make for holding the place of a real card. So yeah, it was hilarious to me because like I fooled all my friends, guys. I had all 3, but to make the story legit, I decided that it was a good idea to say that I only obtained 2 of them, because if I had all 3, that would just be like obvious, like he forgicated these in some type of way. So we would have like dueling tournaments and stuff in the school, and basically the way I would say it is like I lied and said like I got him out of this pack, Me and my sister bought all of these packs, and then we just so happened to get all three. She had the Winged Dragon of Raw. I had Obelisk and Slifer. It was so cool that we would have like tournaments on Fridays in our classroom if you did all your homework and didn't get any bad strikes and stuff and you were in good standings. So on those days, that was the day you brought your Beyblades, your Pokemon, your Game Boy, and your Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So we would have these tournaments, and with the power of the Egyptian God cards, I dominated everybody with the Fist of Fate and all of the Lightning Blast and all that stuff. And it was just like so cool that like no one could oppose me. It was so believable that I remember back in the day, like if you guys are 90s kids, you had three-way phone conversation with all your best friends on the phone, and basically I acted like I had to like hang up or something one time while I was talking to two of my best friends, and then I overhear them talking about, oh my gosh, Jam is so powerful now. How are we gonna beat Obelisk and Slifer and Raw? There's no way to do that. It was that real and convincing, but also Yu-Gi-Oh was that serious to us, guys. We had debates and conversations about this, like who's the best duelist, how you beat their strategies, and all of this stuff. Until my best friend Rival decides that like he could beat me in a duel, and like he basically ends up beating me in a duel and put our rarest cards up, and he won my Obelisk the Tormentor from me. My fake Obelisk the Tormentor. And because of it, he decided to like proceed to wrecking people in the school with it. It was cool though because I had Winged Dragon of Raw, which was more powerful than Obelisk, so I was still had the strongest God card, but Anthony Ace decided to just wreck everybody with like Obelisk because he was a Kaiba fan. But it was hilarious though because the whole school bought this like ploy. No one questioned it. No one questioned that it looked a little off. It felt so real because I made the proxy so real that everybody was so upset that Jam had the Egyptian God cards. That's for time and things, like, you know, I let my best friend keep his Obelisk, and I just like wrecked people's faces with the Winged Dragon of Raw. And it was just fun because it was just like no one knew that I was like cheating and using these proxies, which is why it's funny because it's like an innocence of being a kid. I just wanted to be cool, guys, but because of it, I became the second best duelist in this school. And it was funny because Anthony was the best duelist in this school. So it was just like we had this like going on. I was the Joey, he was the Yugi. And like everybody was just like, man, they're unstoppable with these Egyptian God cards. There's no way to win. Like, cause face it, guys, when we were playing like by anime rules and giving all the Egyptian God cards their anime effects, it was basically like, oh man, don't let Jam get 3 monsters on the field. It's over. It's over. Like, so it was just great. Like, it was so fun. And yeah, the time came though where eventually I ended up winning back my Obelisk the Tormentor, and then basically it turned into like, okay, well, Jam, you have like the God cards, and like, what are you doing? So me and my cousin that I talk about a lot basically had a duel. He beat me in a duel and won the Obelisk. At this point, I felt really bad because this was the second time that it was gonna be a scam, that people were gonna just know, and like, oh my goodness, like no one knew the secrets that I was doing. So it was just kind of funny, but I looked up to my cousin, but also it was just kind of like, I didn't want him to like, because he would go to tournaments and stuff. I didn't want him to like go to a tournament and then like people call him out on it. The irony is that those God cards weren't even playable to begin with. It literally says at the bottom of the text, this card is unable to be played in a duel. So because of that like guilt that I felt, I just decided that the only way was to come clean in to my friends and to my cousin and tell them like, look, they're fake. So my cousin ends up like ripping the Obelisk in half and like peeling off the lamination and realizing like, wow, this was fake. I can't believe you. And then I went from being like this cool guy to like, oh my gosh, Jam, I can't believe you would do something like that. Erg. And everybody was mad at me for like a week. But it was funny. It was fun. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I had a good time with it, and I became like a better duelist, quote unquote, because I had the power of the Egyptian god cards, which like everybody after Battle City wanted to have the Egyptian god cards. Don't lie to me. You wanted to have them too. This is why this is funny, and this is why like you're probably mad that you didn't think about it. But yeah, guys, moral of the story, it's bad. Don't go scamming your friends with counterfeit Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, come on, that's not cool. It's not morally right, and it's like we shouldn't lie like that. It's wrong. Cause like, what if it was an actual card that was actually legally playable, and then either of my friends went to a tournament, they would have got called out on it, and then they would have been in trouble because I decided to forge a fake card. So that's why, like, the ultimate moral of the story was just like, you know, don't like do things like that. And to this day, my friends still won't forgive me about that. Like, it's funny though. It's just like an inside joke. It's like, remember that time Jam made fake god cards? But like, yeah, guys, it's hilarious to me. Again, don't lie to your friends to become the best duelist in the school. It's not a good idea, guys. School, tournament, locals, whatever. If you're an adult and you play this game still too, like me, just be honest. Like, especially like now, like it's really obvious. Like you can sniff a fake card a mile away. But like, it was really bold how I did everybody though. It was kind of funny though. But let me know in the comment section below, guys. Like, I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys have a story like this? What would you have done if you were my friends and you found out about this? Like, would you have been just as mad as me, or would you have been like, alright, it's whatever, we didn't play for money or anything, or nothing crazy like that? Like, how would you feel though? Like, let me know in the comment description below. I want to hear from you guys. Hey you! Don't forget to subscribe, because it'd be totally awesome if you did, because you guys, by subscribing, sharing, and following me on social media, you help continue to create this totally awesome content, and I love you for doing so. Make sure you guys check out the description box below as well, because there's all kinds of new projects that Jam1 is up to, and I would totally mean the world to me if you checked it out. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy life.
More than awesome, he's totally awesome.